Welcome to qualifying. It's back already after a fun weekend, and we're back with the Williams Team Series event. Albon and Sargent both boosted up. What have we got to come? 4 races: Belgium, Bahrain, Imola and Melbourne, all to come. So it should be a interesting battle against the AI and rivals. And what car driver we running? Hamilton and Norris, both level 5 after GP rewards for the last 2 weeks. And in the car, we're looking pretty solid. We're going for more cornering this week to see and test if it's any good. But let's get into it. Race number 1, qualifying round. And it's Belgium. So here we go then. Belgium. Tricky track. And the chances are we're going to be pulling a 2-2-2 and a 1-3-2 strategy. Let's see where we qualify this week though. Qualifying is P20 and P21, so that's an interesting one. I thought I'd be starting up at least a bit higher than that. But let's see what happens anyway. So Norris is going to go on to this, and we're going to do a bit of a tyre management one. I'm going to use bit of Movember for the cornering. So Norris is going to do the 1 lap. Hamilton is going to do the 2-2-2. And let's see. I'm quite surprised with P20 and P21. Maybe we needed a speed setup in Belgium and not the cornering setup. But we are off and racing. And Norris has made the better start. Norris in P17. Hamilton just holding back too much. P20. And Norris is still absolutely fighting hard up front. This is going to help the 2-stop with Norris very well. Hamilton's got a lot of work to do. So let's boost Norris, see if we can make any more positions. Remember, race start on this first lap is key for a few early positions. We're going to keep boosting him. And Hamilton's made some good ground as well. And then we're going to conserve down the straight, kind of straight. And bring him into the pits. We're going to service. Because why not? Hamilton's getting absolutely stuck. But we can get him up another position. Norris coming out. Doesn't even get to the back of the grid. So we've made some good positions. And we're stuck behind Gasly at the minute with Hamilton. So Norris will do 3 laps now. And he'll build that power unit back up. So we try and get Hamilton past Pierre Gasly. And then finally we can get through into P13. Coming into the pits this lap though. And Norris, you can see, only just a couple of seconds behind already. So that 1 lap pit works a treat. As we come down to the last corner, so everybody starts to pile into the pits. This is why we avoid this sort of time for pitting. And Norris P13. Where's Hamilton going to come out? A lot of traffic. That was my issue. P21 behind Valtteri Bottas. Can we get Norris past a couple of positions? It's absolutely chaos in this race. Is there any more positions available? We're looking at Zhou Guan Yu. Pushing him along. Can't get him. And Gasly's still in the way of us. Got to be careful how much we push Norris though, because of tyres. And you can see it's right on the cusp. We're going to end up double stacking in this race, I reckon. As Norris finally gets up to P10, P9. Try and get past George Russell, we do. And Norris, yes we do. Lovely. Hamilton's P13. We'll attack with him later on in this race. But first, we're going to have Norris come in for some softs. And Hamilton will come in for some softs as well. And we should be good to go. P5, P13 at the minute. Norris is going to go backwards a little bit. But should be able to come through pretty nicely. As Russell's glitching through. We'll conserve down. No point pushing down here. And into the pits will come then. Good stint by Norris. And you can see Hamilton coming in as well. Hopefully we don't double stack. And we don't. Norris comes back out. P9. Perfect. Hamilton struggling on that 2-2. Overtakes in the pits. And now Norris is behind the Alpines. The Alpines have been a pain today. But we've got him up to P8. Perfect move. We're going to just keep holding. Plenty of hards and mediums ahead of us. You can see Hamilton just really struggling to get any ground on rivals. Norris is kind of loving life. And he's up to P6. Could get P5 as well. And he does get P5 for Lando Norris. Hamilton's starting to move up a little bit. Still not great though. We get P14. Norris is flying up to P4. One more hard tyre still out there though. As Hamilton finally gets P13. Trying to get Stroll. Can we get Stroll? P12. Yes, we can. What about Gasly? We'll keep him pushing. And we can. Hamilton up to P11. Norris has had a stormer in Spa. P4. What a finish for him. And we're going to have a last corner dash with Hamilton. Can he get into the top 10? Oh, he tried. Couldn't do it. But in our first race in Spa, it is a very decent 35 points. So here we go. Race 2 in Bahrain. Difficult matchup. First time I've had a proper poor matchup, let's say. It's not that bad, but could be a lot better. And let's see where we qualify against this opponent. They're going to start a lot higher up. Look at that. P13, P16 with Zhou, Guan Yu and Verstappen. And we are P20 and P23. So a lot of work to do from the back. At least in this, it doesn't matter about beating the rival. It just matters about how many points we get. All we want to do is get through to opening round. So, perfect start by Hamilton. We get a bit of chaos at the start. Go to the inside, Lewis. Come on. Here he comes. And we're going to keep boosting for a minute. And we're going to make up as many positions as we can. As we're going to cut Norris down, P14. Hamilton gets a bit stuck. But now goes around the outside of K-Mag. Up the inside of the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. And up to P6 or P7. Now P6. We're going to keep boosting because this is brilliant. And up to P4. Job done early on for Lewis Hamilton. That's exactly what we needed. And we're going to just manage that gap. We've got Norris P12. Rival comes past. We're going to leave him boosting for a second. See if he can make a position on Hulkenberg. Hamilton looking pretty good out here. Norris, we've decided to hold for now. We're going to try and get back at this hard tyre though through here. Can we get a couple of positions? We can, up to P12. So we're not looking too bad at the minute. Hamilton coming down the straight. He's in a good position to do a 3-3-2. And so is Norris. Norris, can we maybe get a place through here? And we try, but everyone's blocking out pretty much. And we'll try again. Still can't get the job. So we're going to pit this lap with both cars. We're going to boost Hamilton in. Although we haven't got loads of tyres. Let's send one up the inside. But we'll get him back quite quickly. Here comes Hamilton into the pits on this 3-3-2. Norris coming round. We'll see if we can get him an extra spot. Or extra 2 spots before he pits. Yes, we can. We'll cut down. As Hamilton will now recharge some of that power unit. And into the pits comes Norris. So P4 for Hamilton. Well, he's going to come out quite low down, Norris. We need to jump some of these, and we can't jump the Alpine. But can we do it through the pit trick? We can. P19 now for Lando. We'll close that gap as well. And look at Hamilton all over the back of these cars in front. So he'll be moving up very shortly and into P3. Perfect strategy for Hamilton. Norris struggling a lot. We're going to get past this hard tyre though. That's a key element. Past Bottas as well. Quite a few people pitting now. And we'll move up to P11. We're going to try and get past Zhou Guan Yu as Hamilton gets into P2. There we go, up to P10. So we're definitely motoring in this race. Soft tyres ahead of Verstappen. Norris has got another lap to do still as well. So what are we at the minute? 38 points as we stand, with Hamilton ready for the last couple of laps. Norris goes round. And we'll just gain that back down the straight. And we do. So Norris is up to P8. No servicing required on either driver. And we're going to lose a few positions. And actually, I want to get ahead of that P10, 11, 12 battle, because that is pretty stacked. They're all on soft tyres, to be fair. And now Norris coming up behind Perez. Or was. We're going to get him ahead quite quickly. Don't want to get held up. The more positions we can get, the better. So I forgot to boost Hamilton. But Norris is in. We could have gone braver on the first lap with Norris, but I didn't want to double stack. And I've not done that right, but we're through. P8. Hamilton closing the gap now. And what is that gap? Soft tyres 2.3. We're going to try at the end of this corner. Let's push with Hamilton. Can we catch P1? Lando Norris coming around as well. Going to gain some pit stop positions here too. Down the straight we go. So up to P7. Hamilton now into the lead. And we can boost now Lando Norris. Can Lando get P6 and P5? He can get P6. Can he get past Perez quickly? He can. And P4 on the hards, 12 seconds ahead, so they're going to be gone. But Lewis Hamilton gets a brilliant win in Bahrain doing the 3-3-2. Lando Norris closing down, can't get close enough, but it is a P5, and it is going to be a lovely 44 points to finish off. So across the line we come. P1, P5, 44 points. Race 3 in Italy and Imola, and hopefully we've picked the more cornering setup again in this track, and I don't think it's going to project me up the field. It's going to put me near the back, but we should have a very strong race car. And looking at where we start, P18, P20, so a bit of improvement on Lewis Hamilton's side. We're going to go Cuppa on both. Norris potentially lap 2 pit stop and do a 2-3-3, but let's see what happens first. Can we get off to a good start? Hamilton gets a fast start. Norris with the average. We bunch up, and now we can hit second gear, third gear, and make some moves. And Hamilton's forgot how to. We enter almost like Monaco, this being like stuck behind Esteban Ocon at the weekend. But P15, P16, we're going to leave them boosting for now. Still making positions. We're out at about the end of the position making. We're going to do it through here and cut down. So P12, P15 off the start. Hamilton takes P11. Norris will cut down as well. All about saving the power unit early on for an attack later. Can we get Hamilton up another position? I mean, we can't. It was worth a try. Norris will bring in. And there goes Hamilton now on the medium boost. That cornering setup that we've got working a treat. And then Russell absolutely overtakes us. That's not what we wanted. Hamilton very close to not being able to get round again. We're going to have to conserve a fair bit as Norris does the undercut and comes into the pits. So we're going to move, I think, up to some mediums this time as Norris comes out, clear air. And he'll just close that gap. Hamilton's looking okay in P12. Norris does close that gap now and can pretty much chill out whilst he catches all these. Albon gets past us, but we can't really push. Wow, we absolutely got slaughtered there by all three. And now we'll come in. We just managed it on the softs, but didn't really help too much, did it? As we go down the straight with Norris. Norris looking at a bit of an overcut here. And P15, he's in. Didn't work for Hamilton, though. And with Hamilton, we're going to boost initially. 3 laps these are both doing. Look at Norris on that corner and boost past the hard tyres. Hamilton now P20. So we're starting to make a few more moves. As Norris looking past Stroll. And he's looking in his mirrors now because he's through. We're going to start closing the gaps here. And where does Norris come down the straight? Nicely into P9. More medium tyres to come. We're not going to service either. Hamilton's in a bit of a train as Stroll gets back past us. And Hamilton can get a nice 3 positions in that one corner. That was beautiful. So can we get back past Stroll? We can't. We're going to keep boosting. We can finally get him, but for what? Doesn't matter. He's in the pits. And Hamilton coming back round. Pitting for the softs next time round. Definitely a tricky track, this one. So we're going to boost Hamilton a bit. See if we can get a few positions. Magnussen 9. Whole train of cars in front of us here. As Norris P14. He did the undercut. As Hamilton P7. Stroll's in the way again. But we do get past him into P6 and into the pit. Good moves by Hamilton. What about Norris? Down the straight we go. Power unit time again. And out we come with Hamilton. So we're going to cut down. Leave it on medium. And Norris fancies a move on Ocon. Gets past him. Hamilton into P12 as well. Any pit stops ahead? Yeah, there's a couple, but don't think they're going to be bothering us. We'll push through here. We'll see if we can get past Sainz. We can get into P8, and that's going to improve all the way down the straight. P7 for Norris. Hamilton, P9. Let's push with Norris, see if we can close the gap. On 2, Aston Martin. Stroll seems to be always in the way today. And he's still in the way of us. Can we get him? Finally we get him. And we get the other one for good measure as well. P5 for Norris. We've worked our way up. What about another one for Hamilton? Oh yes, P6. So what a race. 2-3-3 and a 3-3-2. Worked wonders in Imola. Good boosts and a massive 39 points. Here we go then, the last race of qualifying for Wednesday, and it comes from Australia and Melbourne. A bit of fun. We've got TR Flash up the top, and I need 47 points to overtake him. Can we get 47? Who loves a bit of harmless fun on a Wednesday qualifying? P18 and P20 is where we start, and I'm going to use the standard cuppa, and I'm going to use something that worked well in Belgium. Going to use Movember because it's just funny. So here we go. Can we get Hamilton off? We're going to do a 3-3-2 with Hamilton and a 4-4 with Lando Norris. We're going to use race start to our advantage, and we get a perfect start with Hamilton. That should help hugely. if we can find a way past Sargent. And finally, we do. Hamilton up to P9. Brilliant move there. Norris carving his way through as well. And Hamilton's going to keep going here. We're going to keep pushing him as he does get up to P5. So beautiful start from Lewis. P4. We're going to keep it boosting because I think race start could help us massively here. Is there any more places up for grabs? There is. P1's up for grabs, or P2 even. And then off we go. So we're going to cut back with Norris. And just let him, well, not let him get overtaken, but wow, look how slow that is from Lando. Disappointing, but back up now. And who we got out in front? The Ferrari out in front. We've really got to look after these tyres as well. Can we get Norris ahead of K-Mag? That would be nice. Not quite just yet. Got Hamilton going down the straight. He's all good on tyres. Doing this 3-3-2. And we'll come back into the pits this time round. Norris is still P13. We're trying to get past K-Mag. It's in the way. And that Ferrari is gone. Definitely won't be getting the 47 that we tried to get as a laugh. That is for sure. But Norris on this one stop isn't looking too bad at all. Still building up. Just on the 40, on the 4-lap push. We do nearly get K-Mag. And we're just a bit too late to react this time round. So Norris is struggling on this one. Stop, but we're not going to get 47, but we can get a fair amount. Only 15% tyres. There's Norris sitting P12. He's got loads of power unit left though. There's Hamilton all over the back of Alonso. Finally gets through. And in comes Lando Norris. Can the one stop come back and save us? Hamilton through P3. And we've got one car still out there. And look how far Norris is going backwards. Terrible strategy by AZW. What's he done to Norris here? What's he done? As now, we're nearly at a decent pitting opportunity. Norris is up to P16. Pushing all the time with him. See if we can just gain the odd place more. There's Lando. Carries on. Hamilton right behind now. The Ferrari of Leclerc, who hasn't pitted yet. I think we can push past there. And Norris, P12. Can we snatch 11 off Gasly? We can. We're going to boost a fair bit here because few pit stops. Can we get past Alonso? We can. What about K-Mag? We're going to use a bit of tyres here. And in comes Hamilton. So Hamilton is in. Norris is coming round. The Ferrari carries on. You can see we're not that far off 50% tyres. We can't push too much with Norris. So we'll run out at the end. But at the minute, I'll take the points that we've got right now. We're going to try and hold off K-Mag. What's the gap? It's 20 seconds out front, so no way we're catching him. We gave it a massive go though. And Hamilton will come past the Ferrari to gain that P1. Norris is going to get a few more as well. But this is a decent strategy still. I'm going to try and hold off K-Mag. We can. And we move up to P8. So it's nowhere near the 47, but hey, it was a good laugh trying. What we got ahead of us? Bunch of hard tyres, I think. Yeah, a lot of hard tyres. I don't think we can even close that down. Ferrari and that out front still. But Hamilton will win for our last race. Norris is coming around the last corner now, looking at the Ferrari, does get one more position and comes home in P7. So we'll take that. We'll take that absolutely. 42 points in Australia to finish off this week's qualifying session. And we'll see where that puts us in the leaderboards in a second as the rival finishes. Make sure to like the video, comment as well, and make sure you subscribed. Let me know how you got on in qualifying today. And yeah, 1-4-6-2 team score. And we are currently P2 in qualifying. Very solid 160 points. That's our best score yet. And we've got some decent medals. But we couldn't quite beat TR. It was a good effort. But yes, good race for him in race 4 as well. So we'll move on to opening round at the weekend. Looking forward to it very much. Should be a great battle. And hopefully we can pull off that number 1 spot yet again.